Good morning, good evening, namaste, hola, bonjour, geremed, terve, and marapan. This is Namya Joshi, your host for the day. Welcome to episode 89 of the podcast Each One Teach 10, an amazing world of STEM, an inspiring venture where we'll be discussing that STEM is part of every day for every kid. We all will learn together how to build a STEM culture. Well, for today, my guest is Mr. Somveer Anand, the CEO and Mission Director, Innovation Mission Punjab Startup Ecosystem. And he is the CEO and Managing Director of SuperCharging Punjab's entrepreneurial ecosystem development. He's very personable, focused, and driven. He brings an energy and focus to whatever he does, and he's someone who has loads of creative energy, which brings to any environment he is placed in. And his strengths lie in his people skills, which I believe are fantastic. So it is my absolute honor to have you here, Mr. Somvi. So how are you doing today?
Good to be here, and good to see you again, Namya. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, and I was about to say the same thing that we met last time during Southern Innovation Fest 4.0 during a panel discussion where I was again one of the host, and today you're here on the podcast. So thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Right. So before we begin, I have a question to ask you. So what motivated you to take on the role of CEO and Mission Director at the Innovation Mission Punjab?
So let me ask you that question. Sorry, give me a sec. Let me ask you that question, Namya. When you finish your school, where do you want to go to where do you want to go and study?
Well, I have plans for Europe.
Exactly, you have plans for Europe, right? People will have plans for the US. Someone will have plans for Canada, Australia. Then there'll be people who have plans for Delhi or Bangalore or Bombay. Why not Punjab? Why not Chandigarh? Why not Ludhiana? Why not Faridkot and Fazalka and Nawashahar and Hoshiarpur and Gurdaspur? Why not these cities? Why can't we make this area, which was the richest area, the most vibrant area? All of us are come from the same gene pool of fighters, of warriors, right? Why can't we build a better than Europe, a safer than the US, a cleaner than a Bangalore, a less crowded than a Bombay ecosystem right here in Punjab? So I think that question got me very intrigued, because when you start thinking about these things, this is the only reason we can't do it is because we can't think, we can't see. Our vision is limited, our sight is limited. We can't see beyond. And in order to fix those issues, I decided to come back and try to build Punjab as a preferred destination for people to live, to work, to stay in, to be happy in, to grow in, to retire in, to die in. Everything. This we wanted this area to be the area where people would want to be, and that's why we kind of. I thought it's a great challenge, and I thought it's a great challenge. One must rise to those challenges. That's what we did.
Absolutely. So the way you started off the question and the answer by asking me where I want to go, because I know there are amazing universities. I'm having India as an option for Chandigarh University, but then again, I would totally agree with your thoughts that people don't have much knowledge as well about good universities in Punjab, and then they have that similar kind of mindset that countries like US, UK, Australia. Have better universities, but I'm really inspired, by your role to make, to make Punjab a hub for universities that will become more safer, more advanced region. And your goal is to position Punjab as a top preference, not just within India, but as a competitive choice in the global stage, rather than, just looking beyond to other countries. So that is really inspirational.
Absolutely. And one more thing, Namya, where you are standing right now, within a 4-hour radius of you, within a 2-hour radius of me, we have close to 10 institutes of global importance. When you talk about colleges like NICER and IPER and STPI and IIT Ropar, Thapar, PEC, CSIO, CSIR, These are all world-class universities. They have world-class professors. There is a perception issue, and it's an easier issue to change, so that's what we are aiming to change, Namya.
Absolutely, sir. So moving on to my next question to you, sir. Like you've been talking about,
First of all, we're going to go forward in this interview. If you start calling me by what I named myself, which is Som. Okay. Just call me Som. Easier.
Right, Somveer. All right. So, Somveer, in your view, how can schools and universities better support budding entrepreneurs?
Yeah, I have very different views on this, right? My mom was the principal of a school for 25 years. She was leading the junior wing. My wife runs a school, and we were very keen on childhood education because when I grew up. So let me start up with something else. Namya, you and I don't have a choice. We have no choice in life. In India, especially in this hyper-competitive market that we are in, साडे को कोई choice ही नहीं है. ਉਹਦਾ ਇਹ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੈ कि depending on the marks you get, you either get into engineering, into commerce, into arts, into medical. Then depending on the marks or cutoff you get there, you get the colleges of your choice. In engineering, it's worse. Once you get the college of your choice, then you get the branch of your desire, which no one ever gets, right? So the guy who wants to do maybe mechanical because he has good marks is doing computers. The guy who wants to do civil is doing electrical. The guy who wants to do electrical didn't get the numbers is doing electronics. So it's just a very, very convoluted kind of environment we've built for ourselves. And the reason is, for the last 100 years, the education system has wanted to produce fantastic clerks. Indians make the best clerks. And I'm not saying this in a derogatory way. A clerk is a good position. I mean, it's there in banks have clerks. I started off as one, right? The reason is we are taught to only do what has been told to us. We've been taught to do it. There's a straight and narrow, and we must follow that. And there's very little in terms of innovation. All the innovation that you see, which has happened in the Ludhiana, where you're from, or a Chandigarh, Mohali, or a Bombay, or a Bangalore, is need-based innovation. Sade kuch see nahi. We were going to die of hunger. We got the Green Revolution. We had no milk. We had no proteins. We got the White Revolution. There was absolutely no medicine in this country. We got all these pharma companies building medicines, right? We've had to import wheat from the US. That famous the slap in our face. But what happened once we got that slap, right? We grew up and we rebuilt our rice and wheat and exports. Similarly, I feel the education system today should just equip our kids with a certain set of tools and not push them into a corner ki tusi engineering karni hai, tusi medical karna hai, tusi arts karni hai. Because as time goes on, these man-made or our society-made kind of divisions will start blurring. But let me answer that question in a slightly different way, which maybe your audience can relate to slightly more. The idea of a school system or a college system is to make you a really good professional. Not a school system, the college system is going to make you a really good professional. So you have to know what profession you want to do before you do that, right? You should know what you want to do, and that's where you train for it. Did you know the top 10 paying professions today have one thing in common, only one thing? And that one thing is that they did not exist 10 years ago. So if you are going to want the best jobs 10 years from now, they don't exist today. So how do you train yourself? How do you prepare yourself, both from a skill point of view, which is, I can take this eraser, I can take this pencil, I can pick them up, put them, a skill point of view. And then from a heart point of view, how do you train these people, empathy, just a simple value system. How do you do both these things for such an abstract concept as a job, which I don't know what job it will be. It doesn't exist today. I don't know what it's going to be. Hence, I feel that the job of the school system should be to just make, this is going to sound stupid, but it's going to try to make the children's minds as supple, as needable, as expansive as they can. Basically, what that means is the kid should always be in wonder. Namya, you should always live in a land where you're smiling all the time, trying to figure out there's so many new things. How do I do this? How is a pencil made? How is a pencil made? How the hell does that lead get inside there? Do they make a hole, put the lead in, or do they wrap this wood around it, right? If we start teaching our children just simple things like this, just absolutely simple things. Let me find something, the Center Fresh chewing gum, which is on my table. How is this made? What goes inside this? How are these packaged? Do you think someone sits and counts 1, 2, 3, 4, put them in a 100-piece box? If we just teach our children this, which is basically get them practical views, practical work, get them working with their hands. I want you, Namya, for example, to go and plant 20 trees. I want you also to clean the carburetor of my old Bullet. You'll be like, पागल हो गए हैं, मैं तो कभी गाड़ी देखी नहीं है और ये कार्बोरेटर साफ करने के लिए कह रहे हैं. It is a fun thing to do. It's an easy thing to do. All you need is someone to hold you and say, I will just do it in front of me once, उसके बाद आप कर लेना. That's what a school should do.
Indeed, a really, really interesting answer. Like you were talking about, that curiosity mindset that we need. And I've always, read this everywhere, and everybody agrees that the younger the child is, the more curious he or she is. But as soon as they start growing, the curiosity decreases. And we're just, stuck to that mindset that has been told to us that this is how it is and this is how it'll always be. But then your approach is what I totally relate to, that we should have an expansive mindset, that we need to ask that how, where, the 5W1H. And the key has to be there of being more curious, asking questions, and always be a lifelong learner. And most importantly, like you said, schools and universities should focus on nurturing curiosity and equipping students with essential skills other than just pushing them towards predetermined paths that usually people are not doing nowadays, but still this needs to end slowly and gradually. And of course, the education system should, of course, help students to, encourage them to explore their own path and help them learn what they want to do. And again, like you said, since the best jobs of the future do not exist today, so it's crucial for students to prepare themselves with values and skills that will make their minds more expansive and forever ready to embrace the new opportunities.
Spot on.
Right. Okay. So, like we're talking about, how schools and universities can build better support for the entrepreneurs. So, there are always challenges that, of course, are faced during the path that we go on to. So, what are the biggest challenges faced by young entrepreneurs today? And how does Innovation Mission Punjab help them overcome these obstacles?
When you want to know about the main challenges faced by an entrepreneur, it's a buffet. It's the largest buffet in the world. Everything is a problem, right? Everything can be a problem, and anything can be a stepping stone, and the problems can become features, and features. It's a messed up world out there. But I'll tell you what we do and how we make sure that people like you become great entrepreneurs tomorrow. तो एक चाणक्य होते थे हमारे इस देश में. उन्होंने एक हमको चाणक्य नीति सिखाई थी कि आपको अगर किसी को कुछ कन्विंस करने का है तो आप सब कुछ कर लो. You use everything in your arsenal. You use all the जितने तीर हैं आपके, आप use करो. You convince that guy. So I need to convince you to become a good entrepreneur. So the way I do it is, first I scare I try to scare kids, right? I tell them that there are no jobs, which is true. I tell them that I, as someone who's to work in the corporate life, would have to get up at 6 o'clock, and I'd come back home at 7:30, 8 at night on a good day. Otherwise, I'd leave work I get up at 6, I leave work at about 8, 8:30, and I'll come back at 9, 9:15. At which point you're so tired, the only thing you can think of is probably a quick meal, a quick drink, some time with the family, something you need, because in the next 20 minutes you'll go to sleep. So we scare them a little bit and say that this is the way the real world is. Do something on your own. Then we tell you that I will introduce you to 10 other girls your age, with your background, in school similar to you, who have gone from where you are to where you want to go. So the idea is to show that the world, that path has already been tread. It's been tread by many, many people who've left you a pagdandi, who've left you that trail. Now you have to walk that trail. So it's my job to show you who's walked the path so you can walk the trail. So basically change your heroes. Change the people that you look up to. Change the people that you say, I want to be like. So instead of saying, I want to be like Kangana Ranaut, I don't know, I'm just thinking of a random word. I want you to say that I want to be Melissa Gates, or I want to be, Susan Dell, or I want to be Manu Bhaker. Like that's what we want you to change to. and it's a very, very gradual shift, and it'll happen. And Punjab is going to lead the way. The third thing we do is we introduce you to someone. Like I told you, I've shown you someone who's already walked the path, but that person is very similar to you. In the third case, we introduce you to a mentor, a group of mentors, or a company, or something like that. Someone who can help you with simple questions. Let's say you're building a leather belt. कि यार लेदर बेल्ट है, वो लेदर आ रही है कानपुर से, इसके बकल्स आ रहे हैं मुजफ्फरनगर से, कपड़ा आ रहा है लुधियाने से, तो मैं किसी और को बोलूं बनाएंगे कि मैं सबको यहाँ बना के खुद बनाऊं अपने आप. Right? Simple things, outsource or insource, simple questions, which are very topical or very vertical in your particular niche. जूते बनाने हैं, belts बना, अगर जूते बनाने will introduce you somebody from, for lack of a better thing, Adidas. अगर आप कपड़े बनाने will introduce somebody from Zara. So the idea is you get a mentor who will help you with your journey. After these three things are done, and this is, you have a business, you have a business model. If these three things are done, we have programs like Fail Fast, we have programs like the Campus Ambassador program, right? Where we want you guys to come do a 2 or 3 week program. In Fail Fast, we validate the idea. In the more accelerated programs, we either get sales or we get GTM or we get marketing, depending on what you want to do. So it's all listed down. So जो आपको मैंने पहले 3 चीजें बताई थी, वो हम सबके लिए करते हैं. But if you as a student want to say, listen, I know what I want to do in life, but I just need to do it now. In that case, we ask you to join a Fail Fast program. We take you you're already from 0 to 1, आप आधे पे पहुंच गए हो. वो आधे से 10 पे ले जाना फिर हमारा काम होता है. So that we do through that program of ours. So again, I told you we do mentorship, we do hand holding, we do evangelizing or encouraging the thing, and that's the main part. In the end, if you require money, I know you don't, but if you require money, we will help raise you money. There's enough money in the market, don't worry about it. We've already raised close to 60 crores for our I think 30 startups. We have a little bit of money of our own. We have about 5 crores given to us by the government, which we used to invest into companies. The central government. We have a killer office. I don't know if you've come and seen it. And we go to schools and colleges. We don't charge anything from anyone. We've not taken a penny yet. We go there, we'll do these programs just so that we can make more Namya Joshis in Punjab.
That is really, really impressive that you have amazing programs that you list out for students to, come and, of course, become better versions of themselves. And like you said, young entrepreneurs today face the challenge of navigating like a vast array of opportunities, which again can be overwhelming. Like you said, a buffet of challenges right there in front of you. And like you said, the first step is providing a reality check to help them understand the landscape. And then they're introduced to successful entrepreneurs who have paved the way, offering them inspiration and guidance. And then they have to change their heroes if they're looking up to like-minded individuals that will help them to be motivated. And even if they feel dejected at some point, they will know that they have a purpose to do something, and they will remember the reason why they have started a certain venture or certain startup. And that is again just push that they need to never look back and keep on continuing. And by connecting them with like-minded individuals and mentors, the mission, like you said, helps young entrepreneurs to find their path and overcome obstacles more effectively. So thank you for sharing that.
My pleasure.
Right. So moving on to my next question for you. Can you share any success stories from startups that have been supported by Innovation Mission Punjab, and who has inspired you in this journey?
Success stories. All right, let me get to it. Let me get a few success stories which you relate to. Anubi Khandelwal is a girl who came back from UK after spending 7 years with Siemens there. And she was in industrial, they should make industrial rigs and so on. And she came to India and she said, I will make a training rig to train ITI professionals in Punjab ITIs, Indian ITIs. She started off with that, spent a year going to ITIs, and we gave her some money. I think we gave her 50 lakhs to bring her business up, of which she's refused the last 20, I think, lakhs. She said, I don't want to dilute my company. That's how well she's done. She's come back home and she realized कि यार वो business काम नहीं करेगा. So again, entrepreneur, left comfort zone, came back to India, started an idea, said ये काम नहीं कर रहा है. Let's pivot this idea. Started now building autonomous welding robots. Whose agency problem? पहले agency problem होती है कि robot सोचता है कि मैं पहले क्या करूं. अगर आपको घर से बाहर निकलना है तो आप क्या करोगे? आप सीधा दरवाजे पे जाओगे, राइट? वहां से एक चाबी उठाओगे, फिर ऊपर आओगे, फिर अपना वॉलेट उठाओगे, फिर नीचे जाओगे, फिर फोन उठाओगे, फिर ऊपर आओगे. ऐसे तो नहीं करते ना. वी विल फिगर आउट इन आवर माइंड कि यार मेरे को घर से निकलना है तो ऊपर मेरा वॉलेट और मेरा फोन पड़ा है, मैं उसको पूरा पॉकेट में, नीचे जाऊंगा तो गाड़ी की चाबी. This is called an agency problem. It's easy for us. Imagine a computer who has no idea what to do first. They literally has no idea what to do. So she is developing ideas. She's developing these AI robots. Well, she's not developed the model; someone else developed. But the AI robots she's developed, which do autonomous welding. They can figure out क्या weld करना है, उसका path क्या होगा, automatically get it done. Today she must be worth 20 crores in 2 years. All she's done is come back home and said, I will put my effort into this. Navnoor Kaur is from Ludhiana, from PAU. I think her father is a professor at PAU, right? So very, very agriculture kind of minded. Decided to come back and say, yaar, meko na gud kuch karna hai. So she and her partner, Kaushal, who lives in Gurdaspur, said, yaar, gud chanapa karna hai. And there's a lot of reasons why there's a larger reason as to why she wanted to do that. Today, they are exporting 10 crores of good from Punjab every year. It's not a joke to be able to get that much good. 10 crore da good is about 20 trucks. 20 trucks of tins with good. Imagine people eating it. And what I really like is the way they are thinking about it. Ki yaar good appa dena hai, par sare toffee khan dene. Can we convert this whole toffee craze into a good craze? Can I put enough iron into this good so you get your daily iron for one day? Can I just do that? Because we are all anemic in nature. So really, really cool, really, really kind of interesting things these two have done. I will give you one more success story and I'll call it. These two boys called, what are their names? Love Sangeet and Harinder. They run a company called Countryside Express. They came back from Canada. Love Sangeet came back from Canada saying, yaar, ithe main reh nahi, matlab, jo padhai puri hogi, hum wapas ja rahe hain. Came back to India, started a courier service. Namya, in the next 5 years, they will be the next DTDC of India. They will, in the next 10 years, they will be the Blue Dart. These guys have grown from one thing, I think, to four stops. They are servicing every pin code in Punjab. Each and every pin code in Punjab they are servicing. It's absolutely brilliant, the kind of things that our Punjabi entrepreneurs are doing. And you know what's great? They went to school with you and me. They are like you and me. They play with you and me. They eat food from the same goddamn Karyani dukan. We go to the same gurdwaras and same mandirs, and we go to the same langar halls, and we go to the same badminton courts, and we go to the same golf clubs. All of us are the same. So if that guy can do it, you can do it.
Wow, I am awestruck at this point. Like, just in a matter of 2 years, 3 years, the amount of success that these individuals have accomplished, I think that is a ray of inspiration for a lot of young people listening to this podcast right now, that even if you have started something and it's not working, you need to just realize where the faults may be, or where you can, take a setback and then come back again stronger. So it's just, just explore more, learn more from like-minded individuals. And the key has always and will always be more and more determination and hard work that you put into, and the belief in yourselves and the people around you who are working with you, and just keep on continuing ahead. Thank you for sharing those stories. Right. So coming to a fun question. So I have seen that you are a keen painter and you make amazing paintings.
I'm
so
painting
I want to ask,
as we are talking. I'm taking a picture.
That is amazing. So I want to ask you, which is your favorite painting till date that you have made?
I'll show you my paintings. Do you want to see?
Yeah, of course.
I'm building these right now. So I'm making this one. This is my studio. I'm in my studio right now.
Okay.
And I paint 2 or 3 at a time. So this one and this one are getting painted together. And then you want to see my podcast for you, 2 3 paintings. Well, you have to walk through my house now. So your viewers might get headache, right? So I've got, I don't know, this.
Ooh.
this, that.
Interesting.
I'll show you these, and then this is my CD wall. So it's all my CDs. And I'll show you one more, and then we'll be done. This is very proud of this one because I just painted this.
Oh, that's nice.
This is a woman, and this is a newspaper article from 15 years ago which said crime against women is coming down. And I pasted it here, and I said that there's no crime against women bloody well coming down. It's just that we hide it so well.
Yeah.
So anyways, everything has a very deep meaning. And I just paint to I didn't know. How the hell did you know I paint? Wow.
Instagram.
Wow, I don't believe this, because right now as we're talking, I'm just I think while I doodle, and kind of yeah. Wow.
You know, the thing is, I really admire people who make amazing paintings because I cannot. But I really like to see, like I have a few friends in my class who have art as a subject, and I'm really lucky that there was an option of environmental applications. Otherwise, I had to take art, and I'm sure I must have failed it because I'm not good at painting at all. But I'm really fascinated by the amazing work that they do. And when I saw your paintings, like I thought they have a deeper meaning behind it because they were very unique to what I have seen before. So I thought I'd ask you which was your favorite, and now seeing so many, that's amazing.
So yeah, I think this is one of my favorites. You can see these?
Can you get a little closer? Oh, okay.
So these are all the new series I've made. So I only paid one person. This is the last one I did. I'll show this to you before I go. These are two mothers. I mean, it's abstract, but it's mothers, and there's two moms talking to them. So I only paint my wife. I paint her all the time. So every face is hers. It starts off with hers, then it becomes very different or very disjointed. I say it's somebody else. But as a hobby, I've only painted my wife. I've painted her all my life. I mean, ever since we got married. And yeah, like I said, ना number अच्छे आते हैं तो engineering कर लेते हैं. नहीं आते अच्छे आते हैं.
I mean, wow, amazing paintings. Thank you so much for showing that. Great.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, let's come back to my next question for you. So I want to ask you that how do you give a startup pitch in 60 seconds?
First of all, you have to use the Feynman method, which is जो आपका स्टार्टअप है पहले एक 4 साल के बच्चे को समझाओ. जो आप कर रहे हो आप 4 या 5 साल के बच्चे को समझाओ. And if you can do that within 1 minute, you're set. If you can't, do it again. Try explaining your startup to a 5-year-old kid. Simply, हम पौधे बेचते हैं, हम घर पे पौधे उगाएंगे, उनको पैकेज करते हैं और उनको हम कस्टमर के पास ले जाते हैं. If this business model is old, if you know there are 20 people doing it, then you say कि सर ये तो सारे करते हैं, हम जो अलग करते हैं कि हम एक रियल कंटेनर में ले जाएंगे or whatever X you want to do. Right? So whatever your idea is, your thought is, just write it all down and explain it to a 5-year-old kid in under a minute. If you can do that and the kid says, "Acha, ab ye kar rahe ho," you're ready to go talk to VC, which doesn't speak very highly of the VCs. But I'm just saying that they have so much on their plate. Like, there are hundreds of people like you. There'll be 10 VCs. All of you have to get to them. They will pick the ones which they think they can work with the best, which not who has the best idea, not who's the smartest guy, not who has the best resume, basically who they think that they can work with the best. Because they are getting into a marriage with you, Namya. They are going to be married to you for the next 10 years. आप एक iPhone खरीदोगे वो बोलेंगे क्यों खरीदा है आप मतलब it's not that petty, but any decision you make they'll be like we'll support you or we'll go against you. So it's a very it's a marriage, and you want to get in, you want to marry the person who you can talk to. He might not have the most money, but if you can talk to him, your life is sorted. So that's the VC, the money part of it, right? I don't know where this question started. Where did I go? I think I missed the question somewhere, no? I was so engrossed
I think you answered, like you said, about talking to a 4 to 5 year.
Yeah, so just
Okay.
talk to your 5-year-old kid and explain, and that's all. And you'll be set.
Yep.
You'll be very happy.
Absolutely. That's amazing. Like if you can do that clearly, you're on right track. Like, focusing on making a startup unique is the next step. So if like a 5-year-old child understands that, yeah, you're gonna be, creating a platform where people can come donate stuff, and then that can be, sold to the next people ahead, or you're
Absolutely.
planting trees. If the child understands, good to go. If doesn't, then you need to know what is wrong, or how do you have to explain it better. Or maybe just think as the VCs to be the 5-year-old kids, and then
वही करना है, वो 5 साल के बच्चे ही हैं. आप उनका पैसा गवाओगे तो वैसे ही पता मेरा पैसा वापस करो. No, very good community. All very money is a tough business to handle, है ना?
Absolutely.
That's one of the only things. Money is always tough to handle, and these guys do a very, very good job.
Right. Okay. So we've had like wonderful discussions today. So before we end the podcast, I would love to know where we can find you online and what message you would like to give to the audience that is listening to us right now.
There's one Somveer Anand. You can find me wherever you go. I am on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. Oh, sorry, please, God, no social media. I'm on Instagram. Not Instagram. What's the other one? LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn. Come on LinkedIn. I'll be there. That's where I am. I hardly use any social media except LinkedIn, which we use a lot. And I want to leave. So you said leave something. Is that as I get older?
A message. Yeah.
As I get older, I keep on thinking to what my father used to tell me, is that there is no. Namya, you see that thing over there? There's that white box. That white box.
Yep.
So that is a model of a ship which my father bought in 1985 when I was 5 years old. And he said that when he has retired, he will sit and do it with me. All right. I lost my father 2 years ago. That is still packed, pristine condition. What I want to leave all your viewers with is life is too short to postpone shit. Don't postpone anything. If you want to travel, do it now. Also be cognizant of the fact that मेरा पैसे नहीं है तो मैं travel नहीं कर सक रहा हूँ. But if you want to travel, do it now. If you want to do something, do it now. So here is my thing. If you want to be an engineer, do it now. If you want to be an artist, do it now. But whatever you do, remember that profession, because that's your profession, it's not your passion. Your passion, you can have 100 passions. That profession, you say, I want to get into photography. Great. You want to be a video director. You want to be a TikTok star. जो भी आपको करना है, आप जरूर करिए. लेकिन remember that profession has to pay for your house, for your investments, for your children, for their travel, for your education, for everything, to make that business count. But while you make that business count, remember life is short, right? You need to spend it with people you love. One of the reasons I moved back to India was you just need to spend time with people you love. That's it. Every day eat with them, every day have breakfast with them, fight with them twice a day, I do, but just stay around.
Absolutely. That just reminds me of this thing, that life is too short to worry. Just follow your profession. That is your passion, and go ahead. And again, it's like, don't wait for the perfect moment. You need to take the moment and make it perfect.
Best is the enemy of better. कि आपने better कर दिया, good is better is the enemy of good. तो मतलब जो है करो.
Absolutely.
Maximum क्या होगा? You'll waste some canvas, you'll waste some paint, you'll waste some brushes, but at least you're enjoying your passion.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Somveer. It was lovely talking to you today. And I have taken in a lot of insights, and I'm sure the audience as well, that you need to just live your profession, that is your passion, and just move ahead, live in the present, and enjoy what you do, and love what you do, and make sure that is helping your family members as well in the same way.
Absolutely.
Right. And thank you everyone for listening to this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, each 10, have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye, Namya. Ciao.